Hey guys, and welcome back to the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 98, and we're currently over here at the Mumbo Jumbo Jungle Base. As always, we always start the episodes over here, but we are in a slightly different location today. We're over by the Totem Pole and the Redstone Museum, whereas usually, I always seem to start things off down at the bottom of my storage area. But I thought I'd freshen things up. It seems to be a pretty lovely day out here, and I am so very excited to be recording today's episode. I've got a ton of really quite amazing plans today, loads of things that I want to do, loads of projects I want to work on, all of which I'm sure you are all hopefully going to love. If you don't love them, then I've had a glorious misjudgment, and that's a bit of a shame, isn't it? But this thing here, some of you are probably looking at this and thinking, what on earth is going on? I actually recently featured this right at the end of one of my recent Hermitcraft episodes, but this was a prank by Spumwack that he built in one of his recent live streams, and he has recreated the 20 doors in 100 seconds video inside the Hermitcraft server. It really is quite impressive. Look, he's got everything. He's got all the doors. He's even got the song. If we take a look here, walk over this pressure plate, we should see that it begins to play. I mean, how impressive is that? That is so cool. I cannot do anything note block related in Minecraft, so I am overjoyed with this prank, but sadly, well, pranks have to go, okay? Pranks are the things that you just have to take down after a certain length of time, and sadly, this is, well, it's right in front of the entrance of my base. It's a bit of an eye-catcher. I don't want people walking in and going, whoa, what on earth is that thing? Because sadly, I don't think it really fits in with the whole look that I'm going for. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get to work on taking this one down. And now the giant contraption has been taken down. It has been removed from my base, and you know what? Now that I've done all of that, I've taken it apart, dismantled it, put it all into my inventory, I almost miss it. I almost miss the fact that as I was walking around my base, I would occasionally hear the little song play through my speakers. But you know what? These sorts of things need to happen, and the good news is that I now have myself a ton of resources. We've got ourselves 32 repeaters, a bunch of redstone, tons of wood as well, so it is all going well, and that means that we should be able to complete some of the projects I have planned for today, because we are going to be working on some redstone related stuff. What I want to do, what I really fancy doing is I've noticed that I've been using a lot of ender pearls recently, and a lot of my base is based around ender pearls. You have to have ender pearls to actually exit the underground parts of my base. So what I thought I'd do is create some form of exit. Now, I could build a piston elevator, I could build just a normal staircase, or I could go all fancy 1.8 and build myself a slime block launcher. Now, I think you all know where this is going. I am going to make a slime block launcher that will shoot us out of this part of the base, and then we can just land here, walk through into the nether portal, not have to use any end pearls, and definitely look really damn cool. So this is the spot where we are going to be building the contraption. As you can see, I have done a little bit of clearing work. I did this in a live stream when I was originally planning on building an elevator, but then that didn't particularly go to plan because it comes out right in front of the nether portal. But the idea is that right at the top, there will be a trapdoor that actually opens up, so we can pop on out, and then it will close up, and we can just land on the surface, walk on through as if nothing ever happened. So this is where it's going to be going. I did have to get rid of the anvils and things, but that's not too much of a problem. So here it is. This is going to be the new exit to my base. It is going to be redstone operated with slime blocks and everything like that. And I think it is going to be very, very cool indeed. But what I do have to do is I now have to hop into a redstone testing world and try and come up with a design, because currently I have absolutely no idea how I'm going to do this. So this is going to take quite a long time, but I will catch you guys in a little bit. I'll be honest with you guys, I have been having a ton of problems recording this video. My voice has gone all funny, I keep forgetting all of my words, but this contraption has worked like an absolute charm. I can't believe it. I just built it, and I was like, well, I should probably give it a test, and it worked straight away. I didn't have to do anything. I built it first time, and it is working completely 100%. That never happens in Redstone. In fact, I think that might be one of the first times that has ever happened with any contraption I've built, but here we go. I'll quickly show you in action, so here we go. Hit the button, the slime blocks bounce you upwards, and then you make it up to the top. And we're on the surface. It is completely flush with the floor. There is no exposed redstone, so no one on the surface will ever know it's here. It is a hidden, completely hidden elevator. That might be a first of its kind. I don't know. Haven't looked on YouTube. I'm just amazed. As I'm sure you can tell in my voice, I am over the moon. So here it is. this is what we're going to be building on the Hermitcraft server, and you might also get a video on this design at some point because it is pretty good. So I have been doing a little bit more digging and also a handful of calculations, and you may be thinking, calculations, what you're talking about, you're playing Minecraft, but the thing is that the trapdoor up at the top has to go in that specific position, and then all of the slime blocks have to be positioned in their certain positions, and essentially there isn't a lot of room to move around. So I've had to work out the spacing and things, and I believe that this is the perfect spot for the first 2 slime blocks. So this is where they're going to be going. So we hit this button here, we get launched upwards, and then we'll be carried up to the top by a bunch more slime blocks, and we'll bounce all the way up there, and then we'll come through the trapdoor and be up outside the nether portal. That is the plan. My fingers are crossed. Yours should be too. Now I'm going to get down to business and start building this thing. And I think I'm going to do a few progress updates and things, but mostly it's just going to be me working away all on my own, probably listening to some music, but it's going to be fun. We should have an awesome elevator by the end of it, so think of the positives. I have got some brilliant news for you. We have got all of the pistons in place. They go right the way down to the bottom. And on top of that, you know all of the calculations that I was talking about earlier? Well, you'll be happy to know that I got them right first time without even having to do anything. So there we go. They are all in place. The trapdoor is right at the top here. And as you can see, when these pistons extend, it will be flush with the floor, and no one will even know that the secret exit is actually there. Now that is perfect. Everything seems to be going well at the minute, which is always a little bit worrying because there's always a calm before the storm. So I can imagine something awful is going to happen. I'm going to check behind me just in case there's any creepers, because that's generally what happens in those sorts of situations. But anyway, I am now going to keep building. I've got a new spring in my step because everything is going well. So let's start placing in all of the redstone. It is now the moment of truth. We're about to find out if the slime block elevator that I've been designing and building on the Hermitcraft server is actually going to work at all on the Hermitcraft server. And that is always extremely nerve-wracking. I'm a little bit nervous, okay? My heart's in a little bit of a flutter, but all I've done is I've wired up, obviously, these bottom pistons here, and then the next set of slime blocks. That is all I've done, but in theory, if this works, if we bounce upwards, then get bounced upwards again, then it's promising. It looks like it's going to work. If it doesn't work, I honestly don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, seriously, it's just back to the drawing board, I suppose, but that will be a major setback. So let's take a look here, hit the button, we go upwards, and we have gone upwards again. Oh yes, it looks like the slime block elevator is working, and we are good to go for the rest of the build. Woo! I'm excited now. Even more progress for your eyes. Here we are. We are up at the top. This is the top of the elevator. This is the trapdoor right here, which will close up behind us. But as far as the elevator is concerned, it should, in theory, be all complete and done, which is good. So if we head down to the bottom here, and we hit this button, we shall see if we make it up to the top. It's looking... Ooh. Whoa! What the hell just happened there? Okay, let's try it out again. Here we go. That suggests that I've got a bit of a timing problem. Let's look upwards, okay? So that goes up, that goes up. Oh, no. It looks like it might be a server thing. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm in a bit of a don't really know territory here. I don't fully understand what I'm working against, which is always quite tough. I don't know if it's lag, I don't know if it's a positional error, I don't know if it's a general 1.8 problem, but there definitely seems to be a bit of an issue here. So let's take a look. Hit the button and we travel up again, travel up again. I mean, it was working fine when I wasn't recording just then, but now we seem to have developed a bit of a problem, and there seems to be a few more timing problems. So let's take a look up here. What I'll do is I'll change up some of the repeaters. I've put in a bunch of blocks to stop us going in between the pistons, because that seemed to be a bit of an issue. So I'll put that down to 1 tick. And this one here is on 1 tick as it is. So let's remove all of these blocks here, and we'll give it another go. But this is a bit of nervous times here. Very, very nervous times. It's all a bit shaky. Don't fully understand what's going wrong. But let's take a look. Hit the button, we travel up again. We're going. We pretty much made it to the top there. That was so very close. Ah, that was almost it. We almost had that perfectly. So there we go. And no, that's caused a problem. I don't know what to do. I seriously don't know what to do. I think I'm going to keep working on it and keep trying to fix the issues that I'm encountering, because it's just... It worked fine. It worked fine in my testing world. I never had a problem. Servers. Don't deal with them. So I think I've found a fix to the problem that we were having, and it seems to be a bit of a lag-based issue. Essentially, the repeaters that we had down the side here were originally set to just 1 tick, and that meant that as soon as these piston extend, the ones out the front also extended at the exact same time, and I think it was causing a few problems with the server. The server didn't really know where the blocks were, or where things were extending, and why slime blocks were appearing, and all that sort of thing. So I think we have it fixed. But now I'm having another strange problem, and that is the fact that the elevator doesn't seem to work particularly well when I'm recording. Okay, so let's give it another tester, but I'm not promising anything here. So let's give it a go. We'll land down at the bottom, and we will hit this button here, and we will see. Are we going to go to the top? No. See, look, how odd is that? It's really... I've used it about 10 times now. We've got to the top every single time. But then all of a sudden, as soon as I press record, it doesn't work. Oh, that was so promising. I thought we were going to make it then. But yeah, really, really very strange. So that's another one that I just can't fully explain. The elevator is working as long as I'm not recording. Pretty peculiar. I thought I would show you this from my phone. Okay, so here we go. Hit the button, and we go right the way up to the top. I told you, it's so strange. Everything is now in place. We have got all the redstone, the slime blocks, the pistons, the trapdoor up at the top. It is all there, and it is all working okay-ish. I don't really know what is going on, but Hermitcraft seems to be causing some problems with this, and it only seems to be working about 50% of the time now, which is a bit of a problem. It seriously is a bit of a problem. If we take a look, let's give it a quick tester, hit the button, and we should make our way right up to the top. But as you can see, strange things begin to happen. I don't understand what's going on, but we just go right the way up. Let's go. Oh, yes. Okay, that worked perfectly. That worked perfectly. There it was. So there it is in action. That is how it's meant to work. That is how it works most of the time in single player. In fact, it works 100% of the time in single player. In Hermitcraft and on servers, it only seems to work about 50% of the time, which isn't too bad. It's not too bad, but it's a bit of a shame. It is a bit of a shame that it's not working 100% of the time, because that means that occasionally I might choose to use my ender pearls instead of the elevator because it's not going so smoothly. But anyway, that is the elevator done. It is working, and I really like it. I still love the design. I still think it's awesome, and I'm very happy that we've managed to build it. There is a way now to get out of my base without using ender pearls, even if it does take you a few attempts, which is all good. Now, I hate to say it, I am absolutely knackered. That last project that we did there has completely knocked me down into the ground. It's been about 4.5 hours of just trying to work things out, trying to make sure that everything works, and in the end, it has worked to some extent, but it's not working to the extent that I want it to work, and that's why it's quite frustrating. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to chill out for a bit. I'm going to have a little bit of a chat to you, because let's face it, okay, I haven't spoken to you lot, properly sat down, had a chat with you lot for absolutely ages. But what I thought I would do in the meantime is show you off the iron farm. So this is the iron farm that we have up here. A lot of people keep talking to me about, hey, how do you have so much iron? Why do you build with iron blocks and all that sort of thing? It is because we have got this thing. Now, one thing that I have just remembered is that in Minecraft 1.8 there was a theory that this iron farm was going to be broken, and I'm a little bit concerned to see that there doesn't seem to be many iron golems flowing through this thing, which could potentially mean that yes, it has been broken. But by the look of things, no, we've got an iron golem down there, so it looks to me like the iron farm is somewhat functional. I don't know how fast it is functioning. I don't know if it's taken a hit on the efficiency, because generally speaking there were more iron golems than that going in there. But by the look of things, it's still working. It's still producing iron, which is good. But anyway, what I wanted to talk about, I've got a bunch of things planned, is first off, we just hit 400,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I am just... oh, I can't even process that. I can't even process that quantity of people. 400,000 people. I mean, think about it, okay? That is 5 Wembley stadiums. 5 Wembley stadiums! I've been to Wembley. It's huge. I cannot imagine the quantity of people that 5 of those would be. That is mad. And not only that, staying on the topic of all the numbers and things, is that my channel is doing so much better right now than it ever has done. It might be just because it's the summer holidays and everyone's got time off and everyone is free and watching Minecraft videos, but I like to think that it's because I really have ramped up the quality of my videos recently. I've been trying my best to put out great content. I've been putting out more videos each week, and that all seems to be going really well, and all seems to be contributing towards the growth that I am having. So at the minute, I'm averaging over 1,000 subscribers gained a day, and over 150,000 views, which is crazy. That is absolutely mental, especially considering this time last year, I was probably getting about 500 subscribers a day and maybe 40,000 views. It's such a massive step up. We have had so much growth in the past few months and like the past year. Absolutely crazy, and I never thought I would get this far. I mean, I know there are always people in the comment section saying, oh, you should have more subscribers, oh, you should have more of this, but generally speaking, you never really expect it to happen to you, so thank you ever so much for all of the support that you've been giving me. I've had so many likes, comments, favorites, and everything over the past month. It really has been overwhelming, and I've been loving making YouTube videos. I've loved playing Minecraft. I mean, this episode has been a little bit stressful, I'll give you that. This episode has been the slightly more stressful one, but 9 times out of 10, I am over the moon to be recording Minecraft videos. But anyway, that's enough of that. I'm going to stop wittering on about all that sort of thing because I've got some other good news. And that is the fact that I have been approached by a company called Teespring. I'm sure that a lot of you have heard of them, but they have approached me to do merchandise deals and things, which is wicked. I mean, I've had merchandise before, but I didn't put much time and effort into it, and I'm not a particularly good artist, okay? I cannot draw to save my life, and that meant that all the t-shirts that I designed myself weren't particularly good, and I don't know why, I didn't really look into getting a professional artist to do the t-shirts. That would have been a good idea, but at the time I wasn't really concentrating on it too much, so instead I sort of let it bubble off, and now it's just pretty much completely gone. I mean, they're still for sale, and occasionally people buy them, but other than that, they're not particularly well purchased, and I don't talk about the t-shirts and mugs that much. So Teespring are actually going to get into the whole situation, and we are hopefully going to start producing some Mumbo Jumbo t-shirts. So that will be nice, that will be good for you lot, and you can buy those, and it will help me out a little bit, and also you can have yourself some sweet new clothes, which is always good. Now, I just realised we were doing a little bit of aimless wandering there, so I thought I'd hop on a horse and we could walk around the horse racing track. Now, there is no way I'm going to make it all the way around here because the horse racing track is absolutely huge and I'm on a donkey. I'm not travelling particularly quickly, but I thought it would be a little bit more interesting than me just aimlessly walking around looking at random bits and pieces and stopping and starting and things like that. So, the next thing that I want to talk to you about is the fact that I am getting myself a new setup in my room, and I am super excited about it. It's always so cool getting new bits for the room because it's just always exciting, and it should lead to slightly better video quality and potentially more videos because I am getting myself a nice brand spanking new and extremely expensive office chair. I mean, it might not be that expensive for all of you who have got all your fancy office chairs and things, but for me, spending a large amount of money on what is essentially a chair really does make me a little bit nervous, okay? But I have done it. I have ordered the chair. That's coming in tomorrow, and also I'm getting a new desk which will give me more space to work on things. I'm getting new cabinets and stuff and all new organization bits, so everything should be a little bit more tidy. And you know what they say, a tidy office is a tidy mind. So I am excited for all of that because that's always cool. And then on top of that, for those of you who have been around my channel for a little while, you will know about the home studio project. Now, this is something that I have been working on, saving up for over the past couple months or so, and then in the live streams, I've been using donations and things for savings for the home studio, and it's all very exciting indeed, but it looks to me like I have got something in mind now, okay? I have got the home studio that I want in mind, and it looks like everything should be pretty much good to go in terms of the home studio. So that will be happening in the next 2 or 3, maybe 4 months. The issue is these sorts of things, obviously it is a construction, it is an actual build that is going up. It's not like I'm putting up a new desk or something like that. It is a house, essentially, just a very small little house on the outside of my house. And that means that it needs a lot of planning, We need to get builders in, we need to get quotes, we need to get insurance, we need to make sure that the security's good, and all that sort of stuff. So that is some point off in the distant future, but it is all very exciting because that will be so helpful to me, because that means that I can record videos whenever I want to, don't have to wait for my mum to go out or anything like that. So it is exciting, lots of exciting things happening on the Mumbo Jumbo channel. And the final one, which I'm sure you're all aware of, is we are getting very, very close to the 100th episode on Hermitcraft, and that is quite a big deal, and I don't really know what I want to do for it. I have no idea what I'm going to do for the 100th episode. So what I want you to do is let me know. Whoa! Who saw that? That was crazy. 4 witches all at once just spawned straight there. Wow. Okay, I'll stay away from them lot. I was not expecting this to be so dangerous. Okay, but as I was saying, 100th episode of Hermitcraft is coming up, and I have got absolutely no idea what I'm going to do, so please let me know down in the comment section, and also on the Mumbo Jumbo Hermitcraft suggestion subreddit, what you think I should be doing, because that will really, really help me out, as I want to put on a bit of a spectacle. I want to make sure that you all enjoy it, but it's quite tough. I'm going back to college next week. That means I'm going to have a lot less time to make videos and things, which is a bit nerve-wracking, because I've been getting very comfortable with how I've been recording videos and things. So, yeah, back to college, back to work and things. Ooh, it's going to be tough. It is going to be tough in terms of the video production, but I'll make sure that I keep everything active and you all keep getting videos and things. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to Hypno's base, and that means that it is the end of today's video. So if you did enjoy this one, please be sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.